Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Bridget Bjorlo. Developing tonight in Cromwell, 2 people are dead after a shooting at a nursing home.
Shots rang out just after 11 a.m. and now Fox 61 is uncovering more about what happened inside that facility. Matt
Karen has the newest information now. Matt.
We have now learned the identities of the 2 people who are dead. They are 81-year-old Barbara Brandt and 82-year-old Dennis Brandt, husband and wife. At capacity, Apple Rehab's facility here behind me is home to 75 residents, both long-term and short-term care. A lot of them older, a vulnerable population with memory and mobility issues, which is why when shots rang out inside just after 11 a.m., everyone was concerned.
Very scary, nerve-wracking.
Sharda Baker's mom works inside the building. She heard the shots that claimed 2 lives just after 11 a.m. Friday.
She said she saw the administration, like a few ladies running, and then she heard the gunshot, and then she started running. And she said that she locked herself in a bathroom, her and another employee.
Cromwell police arrived within minutes, followed by the state police major crime squad.
Completely unfortunate tragedy.
Investigators are treating this as a domestic-related murder-suicide. They say a man showed up to visit his wife. Upon entering her room, he shot and killed her. She was 81. A well-known resident of the nursing home for 3 years. The husband then quickly turned the gun on himself, taking his own life.
But there didn't seem to be any prior threat.
Apple Rehab Vice President of Operations Mike Landy told Fox 61, lots of people visit the nursing home each day. The facility has a sign posted to remind visitors that weapons are prohibited, but there are no pat-downs or metal detectors. They'll be taking a second look at security measures.
There's a front desk position where we do screening, and there's a notification of what you can or cannot bring in the nursing home. This was not anticipated.
Landy said when the gunshots were heard, staff executed their security plan, calling 911 and locking down resident rooms. No one else was hurt or in the room when the shooting happened. It's being called a tragic but isolated incident.
Prayers for everyone that's inside that's affected by this.
Mike Landy told me at no point was any evacuation necessary, and they've been in close contact with the Connecticut Department of Public Health for guidance over the next several days. Apple Rehab will have additional staff at the nursing home in order to help residents and employees cope with the tragedy and the trauma. Reporting at Cromwell, Matt Karen, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A Woodbury man facing a Waterbury judge today after police say he stabbed an officer during a traffic stop.
31-year-old Tyler Wilmot has been charged with criminal attempt to commit murder, among other things. This as the resident trooper he allegedly stabbed, Tim Wright, is expected to make a full recovery.
Fox 61's Delia LeBlanc has the latest.
We learned a lot of what can only be described as disturbing details inside of that courtroom, with prosecutors even going as far as saying it appears Mr. Wilmot has some sort of obsession with Officer Wright, who they say has arrested him at least twice in the past. 31-year-old Tyler Wilmot of Woodbury was arraigned late Friday afternoon with his arm in a sling and surrounded by several marshals. He's accused of stabbing Woodbury's resident trooper, Tim Wright, during a traffic stop on North Main Street Thursday afternoon. We're told Officer Wright was expected to be released from the hospital at some point on Friday, but in court, we're learning the stab wound was approximately 1 millimeter away from his carotid artery, with prosecutors saying he was that distance away from death. Prosecutors tell us Wilmot has been arrested by Officer Wright in the past, where they say he made threats to him and others, including allegations of wanting to burn his home. Now, following Thursday's incident, prosecutors say Wilmot is seen on body camera video talking about Officer Wright, saying, quote, "Is he dead yet? And I hope he dies."
The defendant is an extreme threat to society. He's an extreme threat to this specific victim. He's an extreme threat to police officers everywhere. This was not an accident. This was an attempted assassination. He targeted this officer. He wanted to kill this officer, and he came within 1 millimeter of killing this officer.
Prosecutors say Wilmot has a pending matter out of California where it's alleged he was in an apparent road rage incident, arrested after assaulting someone with a tire iron. Attorneys say Wilmot was extradited on that matter to California this summer, where he posted bond and somehow made it back to Connecticut. Prosecutors tell us there were pending charges here in Connecticut that were dropped on a promise from California that he'd be facing significant jail time there. But after this, the state says they will be reopening those matters here at home within the next week. The judge ultimately setting Wilmot's bond at $3 million, saying if he posts that, he has to be on 24/7 lockdown at his home. The judge also ordered a mental health evaluation for him. Now he is expected back here in court next week on October 9th. We are in Waterbury. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Julia, thank you. And we just got body camera video of the stabbing incident into our newsroom, and we are combing through it right now, and we'll bring you more tonight on the Fox 61 News at 10.
Well, there's a lot of reasons to celebrate today because not only is it Friday, it is beautiful weather out there.
And we got a little more to come, but there's a chance for some moisture over the weekend. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Rach?
Yeah, there could be an isolated shower early tomorrow morning, mainly before 8 a.m. and then the rest of the weekend looks dry. It's also warm heading into the day tomorrow. Very similar temperatures to today, climbing into the lower to middle 70s. But starting Sunday, it will be the beginning of some cooler numbers, and it looks like a cooling trend that will continue as we head through most of next week. Right now, we're looking at temperatures between 65 to right around 70 degrees, but we're down from our high temperature of the day. Taking a look at the satellite and radar, we've got some clouds out there that are thickening up and a cold front approaching. This is the front that will bring us that chance for a spotty shower heading through the overnight hours and into early tomorrow. We'll say between 2 a.m. and around 7 a.m. or so. So here we are, 7 a.m., seeing a light passing shower out there in parts of the state. But then after 10, 11, we are already clearing things out, and the rest of the weekend looks gorgeous. So here we are heading into your Saturday. There's that early morning shower chance. 10 a.m., we're looking at mid-60s with sunshine developing, and we'll see high temperatures in the lower to middle 70s as we head through the afternoon with lots of sunshine. Clear skies heading into tomorrow night. If you're heading to the Harwinton Fair, we're looking at temperatures in the lower to middle 70s there, and then falling back near 60 degrees by 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Sunday is closer to average, near 70 degrees, and a bit cooler than Saturday, but that cooling trend will be much more impressive next week. We also have another chance for rain on Monday. We'll talk more about it coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Turning now to an update. The man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend with an axe in Milford is being offered a plea deal. The state is offering Ewan DeWitt a deal to serve 45 years in prison for the 2022 murder of Julie Minogue. The Minogue family sued Milford police last year, saying they did not take action to protect her from DeWitt. One officer, Scott Navlin, resigned amid an investigation into his handling of Minogue's protective order request. DeWitt is expected to accept or deny the offer at his next court date that's scheduled for October 25th.
Well, federal and local leaders announced today that Connecticut will receive $1 million to help crack down on ghost guns and to promote safe gun storage. The Biden-Harris administration signed that executive order a few weeks ago to improve school-based lockdown drills and reduce 3D printed firearms. The funds go toward groups that are out on the streets preventing violence. The funding also supports red flag laws, giving permission to state courts to temporarily remove a firearm from someone who they believe may be a danger to themselves or others.
Bringing together all of those community-based violence intervention programs that are really working, that are targeting those people who have experienced trauma, who we know are likely to reoffend, bring them together and creating solutions to layer services onto them so that they can work to heal that trauma.
Better to use their words than their weapons. And that kind of community intervention and prevention of violence, it works.
Now, state leaders say while things are getting better, there's still more work to be done.
A Coventry man is facing animal cruelty charges. Police say more than 30 cats were found living in various conditions at Derek Van Doren's home on Carpenter Road. A Good Samaritan helped police capture the cats and remove them from the property. They were taken to a veterinarian to be evaluated. Van Doren is due in court next week. A 6-year-old remains in the hospital tonight after being hit by a school bus in Woodbury. Police say the child got off the bus yesterday on Garden Hill Circle and was hit while crossing the road to his parent. His injuries are non-life-threatening and he's expected to be okay. The incident is under investigation.
More mosquitoes are testing positive for Triple E here in our state. Mosquitoes with Triple E have been found in 16 towns all across Connecticut. Experts recommend spending less time outside at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. There have been 13 human cases reported across the U.S., but none of them were here in Connecticut.
Today, Connecticut National Guard members left for North Carolina to help people who are impacted by Hurricane Helene. This is the second crew to be deployed to that area this week. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin was there as the soldiers shipped out.
Another Connecticut National Guard crew is already on their way and about to be on the ground in North Carolina today. This is so they can help Hurricane Helene victims. They say that they're going to get down there and just use every effort they can to help those who are still struggling. Hurricane Helene has already claimed more than 200 lives, many of them in western North Carolina.
Is just devastated. So if you think of rural areas, the roads, they're just inaccessible, and some, in many cases, most cases, the only way to get there is by air.
Today, the second Connecticut crew will drop in with more supplies and more manpower.
Connecticut's home team, small but mighty, always punching above our weight class.
This crew of 16 Guard members, divided into 2 air teams, will stage in a town near Charlotte, spending hours loading up supplies to take over to the mountains, also rescuing those who are still stranded, all while facing mission complications.
All the infrastructure is gone, roads washed out, bridges buried under dirt and debris. So it's just devastation, rubble is what I'm expecting, really.
Guard leaders say this group will be working long hours on tough assignments, but it's what they joined for.
But this is really neighbors helping neighbors, and that's what our members joined for, to serve, right? That the selfless service we talk about.
And that crew says right now they are expecting to come home next Friday, but depending on the impact and just the amount of devastation and the help that's still needed, they say they could potentially stay longer. We'll of course follow up on that as this crew goes through their mission. In Windsor Locks, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Brooke, thank you. It's Hispanic Heritage Month, and a West Hartford restaurant is shining the spotlight on the community from September 15th to October 15th. It's a time to celebrate the history and culture and achievements of Hispanic Americans. State leaders and community members did just that at El Santo restaurant today, talking about their personal histories and roots and what this recognition means to them.
We're working very hard day by day. It's not easy to be Latina in this area. It's a little hard, but we are just working to show people our culture.
I just want everybody in this state to know, starting today with the Hispanic American population, we treasure the fact that you call Connecticut your home. And that's what we're trying to emphasize here today.
According to Connecticut's House Democrats, our state is one of 7 states in the nation where the largest Hispanic group in the population is of Puerto Rican heritage.